Okay, today we're looking at NYMEX crude futures, the June contract, and we're going to talk about the square of 9. The dynamic square of 9 is different from the static square of 9 in that we measure from highs and lows rather than from the center of the square. So in this case, if you look at the high here of January 3rd at 57.95, let's call it 58, and you go down to 44 or 43 and change. The exact level is 43.72, but that's 180 degrees down in price. Or right there you can see 180, 135, 90. Now why is that important? If we look at the square of 9, 57.95, call it 58, 43.72, call it 44. It's 180 degrees around the square of 9. That's where those degrees of movement come into being. Now, if it worked measuring degrees down from high, maybe it will also work measuring degrees up from low. So if we start at a low of, say, 36.18, which was the low back on January 20th, 2016, we measure 45, 90, 135, 180, 180 degrees up from low, and sure enough, we get another high. So we can use the square of 9 measuring from highs or measuring from lows, not just measuring from the center. If you measure from the center, you get these lines like you see here. What you're doing with that is you're measuring from the center of the square of 9 and disregarding the highs and lows. You're just saying every time it moves 360 degrees, I'm going to count, I'm going to draw a line here, 53. So in fact, 53, let's see if we can find it on here, 53 right there, 28, 11, these are all 360 degree lines. So that's where that comes from, and that's why it's called the static square of 9. But don't ignore the dynamic square of 9 because you can measure degrees from highs and from lows, and they often give you exact support or resistance.